Electric car sales in China over the last 2 weeks have suddenly spiked. I don't think anyone thought it was going to happen this quickly. Guys, I've been saying that it was going to take until about 2030 until China hit 100% NEVs, meaning a combination of EVs and plug-in hybrids, predominantly EVs. That was going to happen by 2030 in China. I think I was completely wrong. I think it's now going to happen in 2028. We now have numbers from the Chinese car market, and electrification is rapidly accelerating. The pace has shocked even the Chinese government. The Chinese government said this wouldn't happen until, they said what's happening today wouldn't happen until 2030. So China is 5 years ahead of even the Chinese government's own predictions. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. Great to have you with us. I'm Sam Evans. You're watching the Electric Viking. Guys, we've now done nearly 7,100 videos on the channel over the past just over 4 years. So thanks for your support. China, in that period of time, 4.5 years, has gone from selling a few electric cars to selling millions of them. I mean, crazy numbers. This year, 51% of all cars sold in China have been NEVs, new energy vehicles, plug-in hybrids or EVs, but about 66% or 65 to 67% of those have been fully electric. So fully electric cars are actually much more popular than hybrids, plug-in hybrids in China. In the last 2 weeks, nearly 60% of cars sold in China were electric. Nearly 60%. This is a real surprise because this means that EV sales are growing up much faster than what was predicted. And from the 1st of July to the 13th of July, cnevpost.com says that passenger NEV retail sales reached 332,000. That's just in the space of 12 days, up 26% year on year. Now, interestingly, there was a 4% decline from the same period last month, apparently. However, year to date, China's cumulative retail sales of passenger NEVs reached nearly 6 million, 5.8 million, up 33% year on year. And wholesale sales of passenger NEVs from July the 1st to the 13th of July hit 316,000, growth of 37% year on year. It's interesting to see just how quickly this is all happening. I think legacy automakers are just quaking in their boots thinking, holy hell, we're cooked in China. And, you know, it really does make sense. Here's the thing. Sales in China are up 37% this year of NEVs. 37%. All we need is a couple more years of 37% increases and it's game over. There's no more legacy. There's really, to be honest, legacy auto, they're on the way out in China. I mean, the truth is, when it comes to EV sales, the 15 best-selling EVs in China, only one of them is made by legacy auto. It's a Volkswagen, the Volkswagen ID.4. That's the only one of the top 15. Now, of course, Tesla is in there, but I don't think Tesla is considered legacy auto. cnevpost.com says that from the 1st of July to the 13th, China's total retail sales of all passenger vehicles reached 571,000 units, up 7% year on year. Year to date, China's cumulative retail sales of all passenger vehicles hit 11.5 million, up 11% year on year. So this means that 58%, in fact 58.15% of all cars sold in the first couple of weeks of June were electric. 58.1%. And we're likely to hit probably 65% by the end of this year. Estimates now say 75% by the end of next year. It's only going to be a few years away before there is no more ICE. In fact, I'm shocked that anyone's even buying them today. Why would you? Considering the fact that many electric cars, I believe the equivalent EV is usually cheaper than the internal combustion version of that same car in China and much cheaper to register in most cities. Now, of course, if you're new to the channel, guys, just to give you some context here, China sells around 35 million cars every year. They have not far off 40% of all cars sold worldwide are sold in China, not far off 40%. So what is sold in China affects the entire automotive industry far more than you realize. To give you some context, we sell about 1 million cars a year. Well, about 1 million cars are bought per year, 1.1, 1.2 million. So we are a fraction, a tiny percentage of the global car market. Even the United States is a small fraction. It sells around 16 million cars a year. So China is more than double of America's entire car market. But remember, Chinese citizens have much, much, much more disposable income than Americans or Australians. They have far higher savings rates than we do in Australia or the United States. So they have the capacity to buy more cars. The US and the Chinese government, they're putting in big incentives to buy new cars, particularly EVs. They're saying, trade in your old crappy internal combustion car, we'll give you a bunch of money and we'll incentivize you to buy what is a really good new car. There's so many good new EVs you can buy in China. So you can see why a lot of consumers are like, yeah, okay, sweet, I'm going to do that. Great idea. They go and do it. Anyhow, let me know what your thoughts are in the comments. Bye-bye. There is a lot of Chinese electric car brands doing incredibly well, but some of them are doing better than others. These are the top 10 from January and February this year. In other words, these are the top 10 biggest and best Chinese automakers or electric car manufacturers in 2025. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. I'm Sam Evans. You're watching the Electric Viking. Great to have you with us. BYD delivered 322,000 cars in February, which was a staggering result and growth of 170% versus last year. So they're in first place, but BYD is not even in this list. They're not considered an emerging automaker. This list is, these are so-called emerging automakers. Now, Zeekr is technically in first place, but the only reason for that, and kudos to Zeekr, they're still really, really well, but the only reason that they're ahead of XPeng is because they have actually joined up with Lynk & Co. So Zeekr and Lynk & Co. are now a joint venture group. Basically, Zeekr is taking over Lynk & Co. Lynk & Co. are known for their plug-in hybrids. They have some amazing plug-in hybrids, by the way. I think they probably make the best plug-in hybrids, maybe the best in the world. So that will mean that Zeekr will be selling Lynk & Co. vehicles globally now, from now onwards. In total, Zeekr and Lynk & Co. sold 31,300 cars in February, which was a great result. Even better result than that, though, was XPeng's delivery figures, which were 30,500 in the month of February, and that was growth of 570% versus February of last year. Staggering result from XPeng, and I'm honestly very shocked to see that number from XPeng. Based on those sales figures, it's likely XPeng will deliver around about 40,000 vehicles in March, and April, I would guess around 45,000. In third place is Li Auto. Obviously, most of the vehicles that Li Auto sell are plug-in hybrids. They do have their MPV, the Li Auto Mega. That's a fully electric car. Doesn't sell that well. It's quite expensive. Very good car, but it's quite expensive. And they do have another electric SUV that they're about to launch within the next few weeks.